Welcome to the Business Success by Design podcast, where you'll learn everything you need to know about building a thriving business. This isn't theory. It's hardcore strategies and tactics designed to help you win. Join us as top business coaches, marketers, and business insiders pull back the curtain on what really works in building the business you want and what's just complete BS. You'll get the inside track on how to connect with your audience, build long-term relationships, and be seen as the go-to guy or gal indoor space, all while driving insane profits for you and your business. And now, sit back and listen to rockstar host James Lawson, he's the one with a funny accent, and Angela Inzerillo as they go deep, cut through the crap, and get to the core of making your business work for you.
Hey there, welcome to the Business Success by Design podcast, the place where business owners come to learn how to grow their business without the overwhelm. I'm James Lawson, your host. And now, if you are tired of feeling awkward about sales, and if you're ready to start enrolling clients without feeling pushy or uncomfortable, then you've come to the right place. So listen, we have been away for a while. We took a little break, much needed break, as I would suggest to everybody from time to time. But we're back and we are ready to serve you, our tribe of businesses who want life and business to be, well, just a little bit easier. So listen, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to dive into and do a little masterclass in sales, right? Now, here's the thing. Sales as a word can make a lot of you feel a little uneasy, right? I get it. Listen, a lot of business owners, especially those of you that didn't come from a sales background, can sometimes worry that the selling portion of the business can sometimes feel like you're being a little pushy or aggressive or manipulative. Guys, let me tell you, it's not true. It's all in your head. I think what we need to do is to get you to do a switch and understand that selling is actually serving your client. And if you're enrolling them into a program or into a service, then really what we're doing is we're helping people make the best decisions for their future, right? So we need to get past this whole idea that kind of sales is a dirty word. It really is not. But listen, what I want to do is by the end of this episode, if you can hang in with me, and I hope that you do, is that you're going to get a fairly simple, no-pressure sales process, something that you can really start to use right away. And it doesn't matter if you're selling a coaching package, a service, or a high-ticket program. Doesn't really matter. It's going to work for all of that. So grab a coffee or a cup of water, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. So why is it that sales feels so hard? Now, I think it's the one part of the business that makes a lot of you cringe. It used to make me cringe, right? And I come from a sales background. So I had to learn a few things when we started our business, a few different ways of how we approached the market. And there was really three things that I learned and that I began to observe from other people that I think if you can get past these, it's really going to help you in a big, big way. So let's start with the first one. And talking about yourself too much. Look, here's the thing. When you're in front of a prospect and you are trying to sell without being salesy, one of the things that we default to is to talk a lot about ourselves, right? We talk about who we are, what we do, how long we've been around, what makes us special. Because here's what we're trying to do, right? We want them to we want that prospect to see us as being credible, right? So we want to look like we've got some level of authority. The problem is that they're not really buying that. They're not buying, even if you've got certifications, that's not what they're buying. They're actually hiring you because they believe that you can solve a problem that they have not been able to solve for themselves. So what we want is we've got to flip the focus, guys, right? You got to flip it. You got to make it about them. Now, I know this might sound like, oh yeah, blinding flash of the obvious. But I swear to God, if you were to sit and record yourself on a call with someone and then just take a note of all the times you talk about yourself, it's going to be a lot more than you think it is. So what we want to do is ask more questions, listen more than you talk, and then show them that you understand what they're going through, right? Trust me. If you can create and feel deep empathy for your prospect, that is going to work wonders. They just want to know that you understand what they're going through. So stop talking about yourself. Number 2, selling sessions instead of solutions, right? This is a big one. People are not buying coaching. They're not buying consulting, right? They're buying an outcome. They're buying a result. No one, and I mean nobody, is waking up going, I think I really need a 6-month coaching program. They wake up thinking, I need to get more clients, I need to make more money, I need to get my time back, or whatever it is in your space. Whatever problem it is that you solve for someone, that's what they're thinking about. They're not thinking about your way of delivering, right? So what I would tell you is, don't sell time, don't sell sessions, talk about the outcome. What is the transformation that they're going to experience by working with you? Right? That's what you should be communicating in every sales conversation. Now, here's the third one. And the third one is a biggie as well. They're all biggies, but this is a biggie. Avoiding the sales conversation altogether. All right. So here's what happens. You start putting out a lot of content. And then you wait for people to DM you or to get in contact with you, hoping they'll magically say, hey, can I work with you? But here's the thing. Sales does not happen by accident. You have to invite people into the conversation and then take the conversation that's in their head and get it front and center. Put it right in front of them. So I will tell you, this doesn't have to feel weird, and it shouldn't feel weird. All right? I have adopted a whole mindset that when I am in a conversation with someone and I feel like they're being resistant, my job is to push them, not in a way that is salesy, not in a way that is clumsy, right? We're not wanting to do this in a way where it feels like it's pushy or aggressive. I do this because I do believe that their resistance is why they're in trouble. And my job is to get them past that and move them past it. So it doesn't have to feel weird, right? But understand that that's probably what you're going to be doing, and that's probably why it feels weird to you, is because you think you're selling them something versus you're helping them through a process. You're helping them come to a better decision. Right, so let's talk about 3 steps, right? So there's 3 steps that we generally use that helps us create what I think is a pretty effortless enrollment process, right? I mean, it should feel natural and it should feel easy, and it kind of does for us. So let's go through the 3 steps. Step 1, pre-sale positioning. Right? This is about getting them excited before the call. So I think that honestly, guys, that one of the biggest reasons that sales can feel awkward is because your prospect isn't ready. Right? They're not ready. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, before they go on a call with you, I'm going to say there's probably 3 things they should really know already, right? Who you are, what problem you're solving, and how you help people like them. Like at a basic level, they should know this stuff. And the way that you're going to do that is through your content and through your positioning, right? So in your posts and your emails, your website should be doing the pre-selling for you. And so by the time they get into a call, they should already be excited about the possibility of maybe working with you. Or at the very least, they're going to be excited about the fact that they believe that you have a solution to the problem that they have. Right? So getting your prospect ready before the call, getting them amped up, and we do this a lot. I mean, whenever anybody books a call with us, they don't just get an acknowledgement of the call. They get another email right after that says, hey, listen, we're really excited to be having this call with you guys, right, with you. Here's like the 3 or 4 things that I know that we're going to want to cover on the call so that we can understand how we can best help you. And if we can't, we'll definitely tell you that. And we'll probably give you some guidance and advice about what your next step should be. So we're already getting people prepped and ready before the call. So that's step 1. Step 2. Step 2 is what we call a no-pressure sales call. All right? And it really, I'm going to say there's probably 5 parts to this. We use, we actually use what we call a 9-block framework. It was taught to us several years ago, and it works really well. I'm going to give you the basic 5 part just to help you get moving. And here's how it goes. So it's really simple, right? So you're going to get on the call, and then you're going to have a flow. There's going to be a flow to this call. The first one is building the connection, right? We want to build some rapport with people when we get on this call. And by doing that, by making it personal, we want to get to know them, right? We want to understand a little bit more about them. We're not talking about the business yet at a deep level. We're just, hey, understand a little bit about where they came from, how they got into their business, what excites them, etc., etc. So we're going to build a connection. That's the first step. Second one is to identify the problem, right? We're going to ask some questions. We have to get them to open up. And the way that we're going to do that is ask them what are the 1 or 2 or 3 things that right now are giving them the biggest headache in their business. Like, what is it that's going on? Now, here's what happens. People will typically answer that, and then you're going to move to something else. I will tell you that once they've answered that question, your next question should be, and what else? And what else? And what else? Right? I keep going until they go, well, I think that's it after like 8 or 9 things. They're like, oh my God. And so by identifying the problem, having them actually verbalize the problem, guys, is huge. It's huge. All right? Because they have probably never done this. They've probably never said it out loud. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we give them that space to actually verbalize what it is they're going through, because they've never had that opportunity. Now, there's a little trick to this, right? By saying, hey, what else, what else, what else? And what I will generally do is I'll let them get through the list, and then I'll reflect it back to them. I'll say, so it sounds to me like you've got this issue going on, you've got this issue going on, you've got this issue going on, you've got this going on. And they're going to go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Right? So I reflect it back. So now they've said it to me verbally, and I've said it back to them. They've had it twice. So that's number 2, identify the problem, ask the questions, get them to open up. Number 3 is to agitate the pain. Ask them, so what happens if they don't fix this? What do they think is going to happen in their business if they do not fix this? And again, we're going to get them to verbalize it. And what else? And what else? Understand that they've probably never been in a position where they've spoke to someone about these things that are causing them so much pain and anxiety that now they've got a chance to just offload it to you, and don't let them off the hook, right? We want to keep them there. Hey, what else is going on? How else is this going to affect you? Is it going to affect family? Is it going to affect lifestyle? What is it going to do? And again, once they tell us, we reflect it back. So, John, here's what I'm hearing. If you don't fix this problem, this is going to happen, this might happen, this might happen, this might. They're going to go, oh my God, yes. So that's what we call agitate the pain. Number 4 is where we present the solution. Right? Show them how the thing that you have solves their exact problem. Right? And we're going to walk them through some steps and show them exactly how your offer is going to solve the problem that they have. And then number 5 is simply your call to action. Guide them to a decision. Right? Guide them to a decision. So, John, do you feel right now that fixing this problem is the right thing for you to do? Yeah. Okay. Is it okay if I show you how you and I together can make that happen? Yeah. And then walk them through your solution. So here's what I'm going to say. If you just walk and go through the call, almost like a friendly conversation, you'll be surprised how easy this is. Right? It's not a pitch. Right? We're just having a conversation. And the more conversational that you can make this, the easier it's going to be for you. And by the way, the more your prospect is likely to open up. All right? It's likely to open up. So, what have we done? Guys, look, the pre-sale positioning, get them excited for the call. Then the no pressure sales call, right? That little framework that I just gave you. Number 3 is what we call the follow-up formula. Now, everyone says the money is in the follow-up, right? Not everyone's going to say yes, and that's okay, right? Most sales are actually won in the follow-up. They're not won. It's very few people get away with a one call close on anything, right? But it's in the follow-up. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Instead of sending the generic, hey, just checking in email, send something that's a little more thoughtful, a little more specific. Here's an example. So I might go, hey, John, I was just thinking about our conversation, and I know whatever it was, their problem was a really big concern for you. I wanted to share a quick tip that could help you right now. And then you give them some piece of value, right? Give them the value, remind them of the transformation, and then keep the conversation going. Right? But don't do this, hey, I'm just checking in, have you made a decision yet? Because that's just nasty. Right? You want to get something that's very focused on them and allows you just to create a little bit more value. All right? So hopefully this is making sense. So all that is good stuff, and you should use it. Right? But how can you increase your sales? Like, what's a really good strategy to increase your sales? So, I would say to you that probably the number 1 strategy is to offer a risk-free guarantee. Understanding that one of the biggest fears that holds people back from saying yes is a fear of wasting time. Now, I'm not going to say, right, hey, if you don't get X result, you'll get your money back. I would never offer that as a guarantee. For the simple reason is that all we can promise is that we have a pathway or a framework to get them to the result. But if we have no guarantee that they're actually going to follow it, that's just life. So we never do that. What I would say is, if you don't see X within 60 days, then I'll keep working with you until you do, right? So we want to take the risk off of them and put it on ourselves. But again, not to the extent where, hey, if you don't get X result, you'll get your money back. We'll keep working with somebody if they haven't reached the outcome that we thought they could get to. But we're going to do that in line with conversations around, you're not doing this, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing this. So we want to make sure that there are some parameters put in place to make sure that if they don't follow the thing that they've said they're going to do, then guess what? All bets are off. So take the risk off of them, put it on yourself, right? That way it makes it riskier for them not to take any action, right? People buy with confidence when they know they can't lose. It's that simple. So hopefully this has been helpful. But let's just do really, really quick recap, right? So we're going to stop selling time. We're going to start selling results. You're going to use the 5-step enrollment process, and you're going to keep it very conversational, right? This is not an interrogation. It's a conversation. But by doing it the right way, we get all the information that we need from the prospect so that we can reflect it back so that they can hear it twice. Then we're going to remove that fear by having some kind of risk-free guarantee. Really important is that selling is serving. All right, guys? Don't think sales is a dirty word. It's not. All right? Selling, done the right way, is how you get your prospects, your tribe, to make the right decisions. The decisions that are in the best interest of them to help them move forward. That's all this is. It's all it is. Don't make it any more than that. So hopefully this has been helpful. Feel free to send me a comment or an email. Do whatever you want. But hopefully it's been helpful, guys. And really excited that we're back after our vacay. And we will get back to giving you some strategies and tactics and thoughts and guidance every other week going forward until we take another break, whenever that will be. All right. Great day. And look forward to hearing from everybody that's got some, I don't know, comments on anything. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good one.